Hi, I'm Rebecca Donnelly. I'm the director of Norwood Public Library in Norwood, New York, and that's up in St. Lawrence County. This is a year in the life of a small rural library and 20 objects. The first one is my building. This is dressed up for Halloween last year. That was also my first year as the director. And these are some numbers from our annual report. So we serve a population of just under 3,000 with a staff of 2, that's me, plus a part-time assistant, 9 trustees, and a permanent budget of $85,000. We're a special legislative district library too, so that means that we do everything completely on our own with no connection to the village. This is a page from our QuickBooks. Yay, finances. It's an opportunity, you know, for me to stretch my skills and learn new things, but it's also to me says that it's not just accounting, it's accountability. I'm no less responsible to my taxpayers for their $85,000 than I would be to if I had an $850,000 budget. This is our logo. I really like this. It says that even though we're a very small organization, we care about the image that we're putting out to our community. And this was created by the former director. So it also says to me that when you come into a new position, you have to look around and see what's good and use it and build on it. This is our couch, or as I like to call it, fantasy in Naga hide. This is a reality check to me. People walk in the door of my library, they sit down on the couch, they want to read a book. A lot of those people happen to be adults from local day hab programs. So when I look at this couch, I'm reminded of just who is walking in my doors, what they expect, and what I can do for them. This is our book drop. As you can see, our circ desk is really just a cheap, crummy particle board desk, and we didn't have a book drop, so we took a Sawzall, we cut a hole in it, we lined it with duct tape, and we stuck a laundry basket under it. Obviously, this says you do what you can do with what you have, and sometimes what you have isn't very much. This is our parachute. This is early literacy services. As a former children's librarian, that is especially important to me. I believe children's services are just foundational to library work. But it also says, you know, do something unexpected. I know that parachutes aren't that strange, but when you bring one out with a bunch of beanbags in front of a 2-year-old and you see their face light up, that's pretty special. This is our train table. And this is, to me, all about the changing nature of library services. We're all about play. We're all about hands-on things. And if I can provide a family with something to do on a rainy or snowy afternoon and they just want to come in and play with the train table, then I know I've provided services to them, and that makes me happy. We also lend canning equipment, and as you can see from my tweet down there, we lend a firewood moisture meter. I call these real rural services for real rural people, but we also have a lot of people who don't know these traditional skills, and so we offer some classes from time to time so that people can learn these things. This is Lego Bob. Lego Bob is the unofficial mascot of the library. He came off of our 4th of July float this year. We do regular Lego programs, which to me is one of the best ways that we can offer hands-on, kind of STEM-based learning realistically, you know, for small library budget. We also had a Lego Mindstorms program recently that was really popular. This is our calendar. And to me, this is all about creativity, right? In a very small organization, you have the freedom to try new things, and that's what I have to do. It's also a reminder to me of my own mortality. You know, time marches on, death comes for us all. I have to put my ideas into practice. This is our newsletter. I put out an email newsletter every month, and I try to make it more than just a rehashing of our calendar. I try to add some interesting things in there. I did an interview with a literacy coach. I have tried recipes from library cookbooks and posted my failing results. I try to make it something a little special if people are going to subscribe to the newsletter. This is our website. This summer we launched our new Drupal 7 site, so I took the opportunity to really clean up everything. I retyped and restructured everything on the website. I know this is the first look that a lot of people will have at our organization, and I want them to know that even though we're small, we care really, again, about the image that we put out. This is the book room. This is run by the Friends of the Library. It's open every hour that the library is open, which is not always the case for Friends of the Library book sales. So I think that's pretty special. So to me, this reminds me of my fabulous friends group and all the work that they do for us. And it's also pretty rare to have a little bookstore in a small town like this. This is our IT hub. This is where the magic all happens. Well, obviously, it's our router and our modem and all that, but what it represents to me is my connection with my system, the North Country Library system, obviously, without the shared services model, a rural library cannot do everything that it does, and I am incredibly grateful for that model and for everything that they provide. This is a strawberry. This was created by our teen advisory group for a presentation of The Very Hungry Caterpillar that they did this summer. And I'm just amazed at these kids. They formed in June, and they hit the ground running, and they put this on, and they've since done our 4th of July float and our Halloween party, and I'm just amazed. These are a couple of other things done by some volunteers. We have some landscaping outside, and we have this painting, and if you can believe it, the girl who did the painting of that witch was shelving books before I figured out that she could paint like that. So I think it's really important when you have volunteers to use them and find out what they're good for. Don't just make them do something that any volunteer could do, because you never know the skills of the people that are walking in the door. This is a holiday decoration that I made last year out of, as you can see, old checkout cards from the back of picture books. This is all about new uses for old things, which I think is pretty basic to what a lot of libraries are trying to do. We have to move forward. This is the Keurig. I'm not just showing this to you because I want to say that we have coffee, because everybody's got coffee. I kind of hate the Keurig. What it says to me is innovation without forethought. Super convenient, right? But we all hate how those little plastic cups pile up. So this is just a reminder to me that when I'm planning things, I have to do a little bit better than they did. And finally, are some of the people that I'm lucky enough to work with, my trustees, Nick the maintenance guy, some of our friends of the library and other volunteers, and obviously I couldn't do what I do without their incredible generosity and community spirit. And thank you all for watching this webinar.